Hey friends, welcome back to the Above Board podcast, where we have real conversations about money, growth, and the stuff that actually matters in life. Today's episode's a little different. It's very personal for me. I want to share something that I've been learning that's made a big impact on how I lead, how I show up as a parent, and how I show up in relationships. So my wife, she recently asked me to read this book called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins earlier this year, and she thought it would be helpful for me. Now, if you know me at all, you'll probably know that I wasn't apprehensive because I like reading stuff like this. But I also thought, this is a pretty simple concept. I don't know why I need to read a whole book about it. But the examples, the life scenarios that she uses in this book, it all resonated so much with me. I'm a self-defined people pleaser. And by that very nature, I tend to like to control outcomes of situations, socially or relationally. I just really don't want people to be upset with me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't like when someone doesn't understand my point of view, my logic, or maybe why I did something the way I did. And for those of you listening that identify as a people pleaser, I know that you know what I'm talking about. It's actually exhausting. And this book just really helped me acknowledge that, A, I have a problem with this. It's not normal behavior to feel this way in social situations. And B, I can actually do something about it because other people have struggled with this and they found a way as well. So this has really been showing up in my life everywhere lately as a dad, as a coach to my son's t-ball team, as a business owner, and even just navigating family and friend dynamics. And it's just so wild to me to think how something so simple can be so freeing at the same time. Let them think what they're going to think. Let them react how they're going to react. Let them go if they want to go. You just keep showing up as you. Now, you don't need me to tell you about Mel Robbins. I think her resume speaks for itself, but I do want to share with you what I'm learning about myself as a result of this book. One of my favorite quotes from it is this. It's doing what makes you happy, being brave, and taking risks and following your own path will always be more important than allowing other people's opinions to infiltrate the way that you think. This is your life. Stop allowing what other people think to keep you from living it. I think for me, the biggest takeaway is that when someone doesn't agree with you or they misunderstand you, maybe they even act rude or they judge you, instead of trying to control that or control the situation or what they think, you just let them. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to over-explain it. You don't need to twist yourself to fit their expectations of you. You just let them, and in doing so, you can keep your peace. Now, I do want to be clear about something, and she talks about this in the book too. This isn't a hall pass to just be like a jerk to people. It's not an exercise of being careless or being mean. It's just simply about not carrying what isn't yours to carry. Now, I know this example I'm about to give is kind of silly, but hopefully it's a relatable story. And it's something that I'm going through. So some friends and I were coaching our kids' t-ball team. We've had a blast this season. The season's almost over. And inside of the ecosystem of our team, it's probably been the most memorable experience that I've had coaching so far. But outside of the ecosystem of our team, I don't think the league necessarily agrees with certain things that we do. I've felt some pressure from other coaches who definitely don't respect or appreciate maybe certain aspects about how we go about making it fun for the kids. Some have even said things, some coaches have said things to me directly, others indirectly. But in all scenarios, I think we can all agree that it might shake the confidence of some to conform or to adjust to the standard or the status quo of coaching in this example. Because, this is the way we've always done it. So this is the way that it should be done. And I promise you, I'm not exaggerating or lying about this, but this book has really helped me see past that. And it's not because I'm deploying this perfectly, by the way. It was just simply because I happened to be reading it and it was fresh on my mind as I was experiencing some of these, let's call them social pressures. I was able to use the phrase, let them. Let them decide whatever they want about me and let me do what I think is right to be here for this group of young kids that just want to have fun and play the game of baseball. The result for us, at least what I've seen, is that each game, for me anyway, feels more fun than the game that we had before. Now, all that said, I'm probably not a very good skills coach at the game of baseball, but we at least make it fun enough for the kids to want to come back to the next thing, like the next practice or the next game. And the outsiders to our team can think whatever they want. I'm here for the kids' growth. And ultimately, the reason I did this is to be there with my son. I'm not worried about like a 5-year-old's batting average. I know that this is like maybe a ridiculous example to some, but it was growth for me and it happened at the right time. I find myself in conversations where I have to remind myself, like, just let them. And this isn't like, just in parenting or in coaching. This happens in leadership, especially. Oftentimes, I err to the side of over explanation because I really want you to understand something in a way to get full buy-in, or I just really want to make sure that you get what I'm trying to say and explain. And I a lot of times use a lot of words to do that. Hence why we have a podcast, because I like to come on here and talk about this stuff. But leadership often means moving forward, even if not every person claps for every decision that you make, because they're not going to anyway. Like, how unrealistic is it to think that everyone will be happy with everything you always do and they're never going to judge you? That can hurt, but if your intent is good, you can just let them. And then you can practice the second part to this phrase by Mel Robbins. And the second part to this phrase is let me. Let me do what I need to do, what I feel is right, and what's important to me. Now, I guess my question for you is, where in life are you carrying energy that maybe doesn't feel fair, or it just simply isn't your burden to carry? Where can you simply just let them? So this is where I'm at right now, guys. I am learning to let them in real time, and I'm coming on here to talk about it. Let them misunderstand, let them judge, let them do what they're going to do. And at the same time, let me do what I know is right, even when it's uncomfortable and even when not everybody gets it. I hope today's conversation resonated with you in this short podcast. If you are a fellow people pleaser or just someone trying to protect your peace, I also hope this gives you something to think about. And hey, listen, if you're enjoying these episodes and you want to keep hearing more honest, real-world conversations like this, it would mean the world to me if you follow our show and leave us a quick rating or a review. It helps others find the Above Board podcast, and it helps us keep the conversation going. It helps us stay motivated to come on here week in and week out and have these types of discussions with you. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Thanks for joining. And truly, thank you for being you. Keep showing up, keep growing, and until next time, take care.